getting to break the rock down in Houston, what did that mean to you?
Felt great, man. That was my first time ever doing something like that, so it felt good to do that in front of the team, in front of the coaches. So that was a good experience. I actually kept one of the pieces of the rock. I'll keep that forever. So that was pretty good.
I know you came here with something to prove a little bit.
Yes,
You felt like you didn't get enough opportunities previously. How much does that motivate you, and then how much satisfaction do you get of now making the most of those opportunities that you are getting?
It's definitely like a huge motivation. Every game, me and my pops talking before the game, he always tells me, just remember how you felt these past previous years, these 3 years before, just be on the sideline, just not playing as much. And after the games, they will see my face and see the anger. So I kind of use that as motivation going into every week, and it's just, it's been great. It's been a great season.
How big has Coach Thibodeau been in, just molding you up to be this player now that you've gotten the opportunity?
Coach Tibbs is a great coach. I've had 4 different D-line coaches in 4 years. So having Tibbs as the last stop, this has been it's just a great thing for me and for him, just because he's a good coach and he's a good dude. He'll call you twice a week. He'll check up on you, see how you're doing, see how school's going. And, just as a football player, he's been really coaching me. I had one of the best games of my career, and all he could talk about was just, cleaning up my technique, cleaning up my hands. And as a player, I personally love that, because, there's no room for drop off, and there's no room to feel comfortable.
And how big is that too? I mean, when you come in with a chip on your shoulder and you start having that success, how do you kind of keep that chip there and stay hungry with it?
I mean, just knowing that the mission isn't a complete, I came here to win, and we won games, but we haven't won anything yet. Our mission as a team is to win the conference championship, of course, and just win every week, be 1-0. So just, staying in the moment and just knowing that this week is another task, and we got to go out there and get a win this week.
With the defensive line group that you guys have, do you feel like you open up things for them? Do they open up things for you? What's kind of the? Do you guys talk a little bit? And Jordan Miller being like, "Hey man, I'm holding down 2 guys here."
No man, it's all around. For me at least, it's so easy to play when you got Jordan Miller and Elijah Chapman and Devere, Corey, Mike. All those guys are so good inside, and they could take on 2, even 3 guys at sometimes. So it's having those guys to free me up and get one-on-ones, and then the coaches, they move me around and, help me out so much in making plays. So it's all a blend within the D-line, the D-tackles, and even having the bandits on the other side, like Nelly, Cam, and Turbo. All of them do a great job. So it's definitely a group effort, and coming from the coaches as well, moving us around and putting us in good spots.
I was going to say, what's it like, being that edge guy for most of a drive or most of a series, and then be moved to the inside and maybe give them a different look, but also get a different look yourself?
I mean, it feels good to be used, in different places. And, my mentality on third downs is always, to go get the quarterback. So whether I'm lined up at edge or 5 technique, 3 technique, in a 0, so it's always third down. Everybody's mentality is, let's go get the quarterback. So I love being able to go inside and, get a more of a mismatch against a guard or a center. So definitely feels good.
A lot of new faces on this defense that weren't here last year. Some guys obviously that came back too. What's the mindset that you guys have now that you guys are this far into the season? You guys are playing the way that you guys are for the most part, week in, week out, top 10 nationally, things like that.
I'll probably just say, like I said earlier, just knowing that, we're here on the rankings, we're here in the stats and all this and that, but it's week in and week out. We got to handle up this week. This week, UNT's on the schedule, so it's just knowing that if we don't do our job this week, all of that is out the window. If we don't get a win this week, all of that's out the window. It doesn't matter if we are number 1 in the nation in defense. If we don't get a win, it's all for nothing. So all we try to do is, just do our job. Everybody do your 1/11th, and that's what get a win this week.
The transfer portal in its current state is still pretty new. Did you think that when you're coming in, and like Billy said, all of these new pieces are coming in, that it would gel this quickly and that the success would come kind of right away and then last throughout it?
I mean, it'd be hard to say that, on the first day that we probably thought that, but definitely as we got into fall camp and kind of got rolling and we saw the scrimmages and we kind of, playing against our offense, because we know that we have a pretty good offense. So if we're okay, every day in practice we're kind of, going back and forth with the offense. We're kind of, having days that we win. So we kind of know that early on we have a chance to be a good team. and a good defense at least, but it was just, you know, putting it on tape in the games and early on, I mean, I think we pretty much showed that, so it's been good.